Hey decor friends! Want to know how all the Instagram influencers and HGTV shows end up having all their designs look so gorgeous, but yours just turn out like a flop? Well, it's probably because you're making one of these design mistakes, and I'm gonna break it down for you today. Hey decor friend, I'm Tamara with Design Your Way Home, and I believe that decorating should not be difficult. So welcome to my internet home where I break down decorating into easy to follow steps so that you can confidently turn your house into a home you love, one small space at a time. And today I am breaking down 10 decorating mistakes that you are probably making, and that's why your house isn't turning out as beautiful as you had imagined. Okay, so mistake number 1 is that your rug doesn't fit the space that you put it in. So remember the story Goldilocks and the Three Bears? That is either too small, too big, or just right. Unfortunately, when it comes to rugs, a lot of people don't seem to know what just right looks like. Let me give you a tip. When you are putting your rug under your sofa, at least the first 2 front legs of the sofa, love seat, or chair should sit on the rug. Your rug is not fully under the furniture, or at least under the first 2 legs, and it's just sitting in the middle of the floor. Everything in your room kind of looks like it's just floating. The rug is your grounding element or your footprint. It grounds the furniture. It provides a boundary of your room and where your furniture goes. But if your rug doesn't fit, it kind of looks crazy. You want your rug to anchor the space and tie the furniture together. And mistake number 2 is ignoring the needs of your family. So it's okay to get inspiration from Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, decorating magazines, and HGTV shows. But you know what's not good is when you just blindly carbon copy exactly what you see without considering the needs of your family. Because how is a white Persian rug gonna look with your 2-year-old kid running around dropping Cheetos all over the place? That is not gonna work. So as you decorate your space, make sure that you take a second, take a step back, pay attention to how you live right now, what your family does, what you enjoy, and be honest with yourself. And then also think about how you're gonna live in the near future. Sure, you might have a 5th grader now, but in a couple of years, that 5th grader is gonna be in high school. And so as you decorate, unless you plan on changing the decor again, you need to think about where you are now and how you're going to be in the future, and then make design decisions based off of that. All right, decorating mistake number 3 is having everything match. Now look, I know that there are some furniture stores that have basically crafted their whole marketing off of everything matching, a room in a box. You buy this set and that's all you need to do. And that's great, but when you have your sofa, your love seat, and your chair all the exact same color, fabric, and style, and there's no variety, it can get a little boring. So if you want to spice things up, have your sofa and your love seat match and have a different chair, either in design or color or fabric, or vice versa. And you can do the same for your bedroom. So you can have your headboard and your 2 nightstands match while your dresser is a little different, but complementary. Or you can have your bed and your dresser match with your nightstands being different. It just adds a little variety and spice to your decorating. Now, on the far other end of the spectrum, where one end is you have everything match, the other end is nothing matches at all. And that is the 4th decorating mistake. So that tends to look like you haven't put any thought or reason or rhyme or any consideration to how your sofa, your rug, your accessories, your lamps, your lighting, anything in your family room matches. You just buy something, you like it, and you throw it together. And typically that turns out looking a little messy. But what you can do, because there is a way to mix and match styles, is to focus on a main style that you love and then blend in elements of the other style that you also love. But you do it with a plan and it works. Now, the fifth design mistake that I see all too often is that your curtains aren't to scale. And I'm a lover of houses. I love going to open houses. I love going to home tours. I love going to staging conferences. And I just love all things house and house designs. One thing that I tend to see when I'm looking on apps online for houses that are currently for sale or I've gone to an open house is when the homeowner didn't invest in a stager, and you can tell that they decorated themselves because they're just doing some things that don't give justice to the beauty of the home. So with that said, one of the things I noticed is that the curtains don't highlight the space. Your curtains, when they are hung properly, make the room feel bigger, taller ceilings. It lets a lot of light in and it just looks gorgeous. When curtains are hung and they're done in a way that it doesn't highlight everything, they're a little too short and sometimes a lot too short. Like sometimes the curtains look like high waters. Y'all remember those high water pants? To hang your curtains properly is to hang them up above the window, about 6 inches above and then about 6 inches out. That way the curtain properly frames the window, it brings in a lot of light, and it just makes the space look better and bright. I will say that this concept is probably easier shown and demonstrated than just talked about. So drop a note in the comments and let me know if you'd like to have a video teaching you the proper way to hang your curtains and how you should shop for the right curtains to make it easy to hang. And if you want to join the community of decor friends, make sure you hit that subscribe button. On to decorating mistake number 6, and that is not having a plan. Okay, so look, I know that we are all busy, especially my decor friends that have families, careers, kids, hobbies, just a life, right? Adulting takes time and energy, and sometimes it can just be a bit much. So I can understand that you're running home from work and you dropped one kid off at soccer practice, and before you have to pick up your daughter from swimming, you want to treat yourself a little, and you run into Home Goods and you make an impulse purchase. You buy the first thing you see. But when you get it home, you've got dinner on the table, you finally take that lamp that you bought out of the bag and you sit it down and you realize this doesn't match a darn thing I have at home. And even though plan probably sounds like a 4-letter word to a lot of people, making a plan when it comes to your decorating saves you time, money, frustration, and a lot of regret purchases. That's why in everything that I teach about decorating, whether it's the Decorating Made Easy Jumpstart or the Power Pack or my Home Decor Blueprint, I emphasize how important it is to make a plan, knowing what you want, about how much you want to spend, the size and the shape and the color that you're looking for before you go shopping. It's a game changer. Prevents so many mistakes. And that brings me to decorating mistake number 7, which is not knowing your design style. So I gotta be honest, I don't believe that everyone is like one design style. Like you are totally farmhouse or you are totally mid-century modern. A lot of times people are a mixture. Like me, my design style is casual luxury. I like nice things that are built quality, timeless, comfortable, but that casual piece, I don't want to feel like I'm in a museum and I can't lay down on my sofa. I have to sit perfectly stiff and still. That's not my decorating style. It needs to be comfortable, it needs to have a little luxury to it, and be quality. So knowing that for myself, helps me narrow down choices when I'm on the internet sites with a gazillion of options when it comes to decor. And it helps me narrow down my choices when I'm at Pottery Barn and I'm looking for a new headboard. I know what I like and I know what I'm looking for. It's also really helpful to be able to use one of the traditional design styles to explain it to others or to help you with your searching. So for instance, my style falls under traditional or French country. So when I go to websites like Amazon or say Wayfair, I actually type in French country sofa or French country dining room chair. And that tends to bring up the designs that I like. And then when I see those designs, then I say, that does look like it's got some luxury, but it looks comfortable and it looks timeless. So that's how I blend in my design style and knowing how to use it and bring it into my decorating. And when you do this yourself, you'll find out it makes a world of a difference decorating your home. All right, so decorating mistake number 8, let me tell you, it's kind of related to what I just said, but it's when you match your design styles. So look, you can definitely be a blend of both styles. I just talked about that. I'm part French country and part glam is what I call it, or part French country, but leaning more towards the traditional. There's a way to mix and match styles and have it work out. So the trick here is to focus on your one main preferred style and then add in elements of the other style, but you do it intentionally. As opposed to just buying a mid-century modern couch and throwing it with a minimalist end table and then adding a farmhouse style coffee table and then having traditionally framed artwork hanging on the wall. That's probably gonna look a little haphazard and that you didn't know what you're doing, and it's probably not gonna give you the look that you're going for. So again, just take a step back, take a little bit of time, and figure out the main style that you want, and then the other style that you also love that's gonna complement it. Okay, so decorating mistake number 9, it's choosing paint colors off of that small 2-inch paint swatch. Don't do it, I'm telling you. That little paint swatch, which is about that big, when you step and look at this frame that I'm in now, you can see how something that's that big, how are you gonna make a decision for your whole entire room for something that is so small? But then if you look at the ceiling to floor to how big the room totally is, you can see how a small little paint swatch is probably going to be misleading when you're trying to decide how that color is going to look in your room. So you've got a few options to help you choose the right paint color. One is to get a larger swatch. They sell color sample boards in the store where you can actually buy the color that you want that's already painted on that color sample board, or you can buy the smallest size of sample paint that you like in that color. In your room at home, paint a small swatch on the wall. But either way, get larger paint samples. Don't make a decision when it comes to paint when you only have a very small size to base your decisions off of. And design mistake number 10 is not having your artwork to scale. It's like you want your rug to be the Goldilocks just right. The same thing for your artwork. And a lot of times people will take a picture frame, like a very small picture frame size that sits on their desk. Let me show you. A lot of times people will take a picture frame like this that is meant to sit on your desk, and they will hang it up on the wall. Now, you see this artwork behind? Now, how does this look hanging up on my wall when it's the only thing compared to the artwork that's actually there? So, I do have a breakdown in my Decorating Made Easy Power Pack on what size artwork to actually hang and what size artwork should actually be reserved for tabletops only. Quick tip for this is to go big or to go home. If you are gonna hang something on the wall, Get the biggest size canvas that you can get the biggest size piece of artwork that you can get, and believe me, rarely will you see a piece of artwork that you walk in a room and you say, oh my gosh, it's too big. Typically, it's the opposite. So don't be afraid, go big or go home when it comes to your artwork. All right, decor friends, so drop a note in the comments and let me know which one of these design mistakes you're most guilty of. Then click the link for design mistakes number 2. I've got a list of about 10 common design mistakes that I frequently see that are quick fixes that you can avoid when decorating your home.